Jim Burton says he's lived a fast and flashy life. In fact, he's even written his autobiography entitled Life in the Fast Lane. But as you're about to learn, Burton's experiences were also dangerous and illegal.
My name is Jim Burton, and I am the author of the book Life in the Fast Lane, as I've lived a life in the fast lane.
Meet Jim Burton. Burton was born in Brooklyn, New York, and raised in a predominantly Italian neighborhood in North Babel on Long Island.
We grew up in a neighborhood similar to in the movie Goodfellas.
Burton says his father's side of the family were all involved in law enforcement. His mother's side were all Irish mafia. It allowed him to navigate the criminal world without getting into trouble.
If you have the money, you can do whatever you want to do. I could get away with murder between the police and the mafia. I could do no wrong.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. As a young man, Burton trained for a normal career.
I had an opportunity to go to medical school, and I did. And I became an OR technician.
His training involved working in New York hospitals, but it took a bad turn.
But how do you get in trouble in medical school? You do operations.
After challenging one of his instructors, the professor responded by pressuring Burton to perform a surgery.
So I took the scalpel, and I figured he'd take it away at any minute, and he didn't.
This took place at least one other time. The operations were successful until the media found out. Burton says the professor fled to Texas to avoid an investigation, and Burton left as well. His next career was managing properties, like actress Eva Gabor's estate. Even the hustler Burton was also a delivery driver for a chain of art galleries. By the time he turned 24, though, he had earned enough money to buy the art gallery chain.
Then I got the opportunity to do a framing for the King of Saudi Arabia. It was a big portrait. It was about 10 feet high, and I did a nice job. I had beautiful gold leaf frame and silk linings.
Burton says the king sent a group of soldiers to pick up the framed portrait.
As all the soldiers came to the warehouse, they liked a lot of the art, and what I did was I did some trading with them for guns and ammo and stuff that you couldn't get here in the United States.
The weapons deal led Burton to get more involved in the New York Underworld. He was also involved in questionable but legal financial dealings.
During the course of the art business, I found a loophole in the credit card system.
From 1974 to 1978, Burton's art business boomed.
I was the third largest art dealer in the country.
You went from going to medical school to art, if I'm gathering that.
I started out on the right foot.
But art wasn't his only business. Burton also worked as a limo driver. One of his main clients was the head of the Gambino crime family, John Gotti.
And people would come up and ask if that was John Gotti's car. And some people would run away, some people would want to take pictures.
And that is how Jim Burton became a wise guy.
We got paid to do dirty deeds. And so that's how I got into any of the so-called mafia guys.
Tomorrow night at 10, Burton will explain how he became more deeply involved in the mafia as we continue our special report, Life in the Fast Lane.